y'all, we are in a series about kids and locks, whether that's micro locks, sister locks, or just regular traditional locks. So in my professional opinion as a sister locks consultant and a micro locks loctician, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna give you some advice, right? We're in a 4-part series, so one of the videos will be talking about age and autonomy. Kids should have some type of agency for themselves. I don't believe that you should give kids locks before they can decide for themselves. They should have at least told you they want them. So we'll talk about age and autonomy. And then in the next video, we're also going to be talking about finances because it is a financial responsibility unless you're going to keep them up for yourself, and lifestyle, because you know lifestyle plays a big part in African American hair, right? Like we want to do what's easier and manageable for us. So that's another video. And then lastly, like we're going to get rid of the notion that locks have to be this permanent thing. I think a lot of my sister lock training has brainwashed me to think like this is permanent, this is a permanent lifestyle, like don't get them if you're not gonna, like, no. Locks can be combed out, locks can be cut, like they don't have to be permanent, and we don't have to agree, like we don't have to live under this notion that this has to be forever. So combing out or cutting off your locks will be the 4th video in our 4-part series. This first video, we'll be going over the pros and cons with allowing your kids to get locks. So let's get into it. Beautiful long hair like Rapunzel. You'll be like the Black Rapunzel. Didn't you say you want to be the Black Rapunzel? Liking your hair, your new sister locks.
I love you, Mama.
They're so pretty. Can you turn around so I can see? That pretty little girl with the sister lock curls. Go, Gabby. Go, Gabby. Hey, that pretty little girl with the sister lock curls. Go, Gabby. Go, Gabby. Pretty little girl with the sister lock curls. Go, Gabby. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's when the sister lock gives you confidence, huh? All right. Well, I love your hair. Turn around, let everybody see. It's beautiful.
You like that?
Yes, and you're beautiful.
No, when I was dancing.
Oh, yeah, girl. You was getting down with your bad self. I like it. High five. Ooh. There we go. Let's get ready for school, okay?
Okay, Mama.
So in that video, that video was actually 4 years ago. My daughter was 5. She had just started kindergarten. And I locked her hair in October of 2018. And I did that because one, Gabby would always ask me, Mommy, I want hair like yours. Mommy, I want hair like yours. Mommy, I want hair like yours. 2, I was going through a divorce at the time, and on top of all of the things that I had to do, doing her hair, and she's super tender-headed, was really a chore for me. Because no matter what we did or where we went, like she was crying, screaming. So because she had already asked me that, or not even asked me, like she would say it all the time, like, I want hair like yours. Mommy, why doesn't my hair look like your hair? I decided to go ahead and just let her have sister locks too. And then 2, it was going to be a lot easier for me as a sister locks consultant, someone who does them already, knows how to take care of it. Also just thinking about the mental, you know, the toll hair plays, the hair trauma we have to go through as Black women, as Black children. I thought about that as well. And, you know, taking into account that she won't have to go through a lot of the hair trauma that I went through as a kid, you know, trying to figure out what products and trying to do this and trying to do that. And, you know, having kids making fun of her. So, you know, all of that was taken into consideration when we did her hair. Unfortunately, her dad and I were not in a good place. The divorce was super messy, super long. And without getting into too much details, he and his family took out her sister lock. So, you know, I was pissed. We made the agreement that I would go ahead and let her have her natural loose hair, given that he would take full responsibility of her hair. He'd have to make sure her hair was done every 2 weeks, pay for it, take full responsibility. Like I wasn't doing hair anymore. Like I was done. I washed my hands of it. I was like, you want to make executive decisions for my household? Then go ahead and take care of it, all of it financially. I'm not touching her hair. That did not last, and I knew it wouldn't. And I told him, I said, the moment you don't keep up with her hair is going back into locks. So in 2020, July 29th, 2020, I installed Penzi locks, which is my technique of locks, and she's had them now for 3 years. And this is a clip of her last retie. So you can see her hair is thriving. It's beautiful. It's growing super long. So now let's talk about some pros and cons. I know I'm giving you my personal experience and everything that I've gone through, but here are some things that I've noticed, even dealing with the kids that I do have as clients, right? So here are some of the pros. The self-confidence in kids with locks is just not the same with other Black girls that I've noticed. A lot of Black women and kids have hair trauma, and part of that is making ways or finding ways to make hair manageable. And so not having to deal with the stress of hair and wash day and routines and right products really gives kids the chance to just like be free and thrive. Like their hair is not an option, like it's not an issue. So that's one thing. Like their confidence is like through the roof. They have a pride too. They have a pride in their hair. And it's a pride in like, my hair is this long. My hair is just as long as so-and-so without having to wear a wig or a weave or extensions, right? So they have this sense of pride knowing that this is their hair. They take agency in owning that, like they love their hair. That's one of the things that I've noticed with kids with locks. 3, they have a love and appreciation of natural hair. We're in a society where wigs and weaves and anything that is not Black women's own hair is kind of like the standard right now. And being able to embrace and love their natural hair is something they have naturally. Not to say that you can't, because I do it too. Like there are times when I'm tired of locks and sometimes I just want something different and I'll go braid this down and crochet some hair in. Not to say that, the kids with locks can't do that either, because we'll talk about that in the con side, because that is something I hear a lot from kids who are younger is, well, why doesn't my hair look like Little Sally? Why can't I, do this? So that is something. But on the flip side of that, they have a love and appreciation of natural hair, and they're happy that they have natural hair and don't have to deal with the side effects of chemicals. We see all of this like cancer causing agents now with like perms and just the whole process. I've never had a perm, but if you're a Black woman and you've had a perm, you can remember the burning, the having to hurry up and rinse out your hair and all of the issues that comes with not having natural hair. So that is not a thing for kids with locks. 5, it's easy to manage. We talked about this. Like it's literally get up and go. It's literally get up and go, with the exception of maintenance day. The day you retwist or retie, you have the ability to style and do all kinds of, especially with the smaller locks, when you have either sister locks or micro locks and they're a little bit tinier and the parts are like, you have endless style options and varieties, especially as a kid. So it's super fun to be able to do all of those creative and cool styles, and the freedom that brings. And it's just so easy to manage. And a lot of times reties or retwists are not often, maybe once a month to every 6 weeks. So not having to really have to worry about hair for an extended period of time is always a bonus. Let's get into some of the cons now, because if your child is tender-headed, don't give your kids locks, okay? Just don't do it. So I'm gonna insert a clip right here of my daughter and her tender-headedness when we are in retie day. That really hurt. You would think that tender-headedness is like not something you really gotta worry about. Like, yeah, my head is tender-headed, but no. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. Like, I regret doing her hair and locks now, just because it's so, I'm trying to find the right expression and word to describe how we are both over it. Okay, like over it. I am tired of the screaming, the crying, the yelling. And granted, this would happen with whatever style she has. Like, I keep telling her, like, Gabby, whether you get braid, whether you get, like, it doesn't matter what we're gonna do, you're gonna yell, scream, and cry. But I feel like because this is like a 2 to 4 hour process normally, if she wasn't tender-headed, I could probably do her hair in an hour. So let's say, because we have to go through this like long extended period of time of her being in pain, and as her mother, like, I never want to see my child in pain and then I'm the one inflicting the pain. Like, it's just a process that we both hate. Like, retie day for us is traumatic now. So in hindsight, if I would have realized how tenderheaded, because I got her hair done so early, like, I knew she was tenderheaded and I knew she always hated getting, like, from as little as 2, 3, like, she's always screamed, cried, yelled, kicked, screamed. Even to wash her hair was a nightmare. So in my head, I was like, well, this will be easier. It's once a month. But now when we get to the once a month part, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I'm over this. And she's like, I just want to take them out. I hate my hair. Any other day, she'll be flipping her hair. My hair is bomb. You can't tell me nothing. But retie day, we both hate it. So that is a con. Like, think about that. Is that something you want to put your kids through? Because whether it's you doing it or somebody else, they're going to be kicking and screaming if they're super tender-headed. So keep that in mind. Your head is tender-headed. Your child is tender-headed. Locks may not be the right thing, okay? So yeah, they're painful. Installs and retie is painful. And then another thing we have to worry about too, this is gonna go into the video we'll touch more on with age, is their head fully developed? Like, at some point, our kid's head is always gonna be growing until they're an adult, but there's just a certain age where it might be a little better to wait until they're just a little bit older, maybe preteen, tweenish, to get their hair done, because as their hair is growing and developing, different things are happening. So just keep that in mind. That could be a con if you lock too early. Stereotypes. Oh my gosh, like the Bob Marley, Rastafarian, like, stereotypes are a huge thing, and these kids are brutal. Like, we thought we had bullying, like the kids and the bullying, and they're savage, just like crazy. It's on like 10 in 2023. So, you know, just keeping in mind how that's going to affect your kids, how your kids' mental stability is already, you know, like, take into account what they go through already, because that can be hard. My daughter doesn't really deal with that at school. Like, no one, you know, really makes fun of her hair at school. But her family, like her dad's side, I told you, they combed out her locks. They don't like her hair. So she's always dealing, and this is the next con, by the way. So she's always dealing with these negative comments. And it be your own, look, it be your own family, okay? I remember when I first told my mom I wanted to get locks. My family was like, why would you do that? Your hair's going to be nappy and matted. And, oh, my God. Ew, right? And then now they be like, oh, my God, is that all you? Oh, my God, look at your hair. Oh, my God, yeah. So, you know, you're going to have to deal with stereotypes. You're going to have to deal with family comments. Everybody got something to say. But it's your hair. It's your choice. What you want, okay? And then... it can look unkempt. Like, as Black people, I just feel like deep down we're ingrained to go out, like, you know, your mama always like, you ain't going outside looking all kinds of ways. Like, you represent me, you represent this family, you can't be looking like who done shot it. And having locks when they're not fresh, there is an unkemptness, and so having to deal with that until retie day can put you in a different headspace, especially when that first year is brutal. Check out this clip.
I'm listening.
I thought y'all just be saying, I'm on my lock journey, because y'all thought y'all be better than everybody because y'all be wearing y'all real hair. So I didn't know this shit was a fucking journey for real. Like, I thought this shit was something y'all made up in y'all head. Like, y'all just be saying that shit because y'all be wearing y'all real hair and y'all think y'all better than me because I don't be wearing my real hair. But this shit is not for me, bro. Like, this shit is really fucking with my head, man.
Okay.
This is not a fucking journey I want to go on. I'm finna go in the house and cut this shit off.
Frick,
I swear to
no.
God, I'm finna go here and cut this shit off because this is not me, man.
Okay.
This is not me, bro. For real. My hair looks so short. I look bald head.
So I know the screaming was kind of traumatic, but that's really how people be feeling when they get locked up. Like, that first year is not easy. It's difficult. It takes perseverance, commitment. Like, it is a journey. It really is a journey. And when we say trust the process, we really mean trust the process. And if you can't trust the process, locks may not be for you. So the last kind I want to talk about, especially for kids who are in between like 8 to 10-ish and up, may deal with having to come to grips with terms that, like, my hair isn't like other people's hair. So like wanting to touch white people's hair or feel white people's hair, or why does their hair look different from my hair? Like, that's a whole psychological thing kids go through that will be a little different with kids with locks. So just keep that in mind. Hair Love and all these other great natural hair books to help kids love their natural hair are amazing resources to help with that. So I know this is a pretty long video. Thanks so much for watching. I am so happy that you tuned in this far. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Also, make sure to check out our next video, Age and Autonomy. Bye, y'all.